Hi there, Pasha is here. In this video, I would like to talk about goals, process, pleasure, and happiness. Now, there's a lot of topics I mentioned. I would like to stick to some agenda, to some progression, and give you a few ideas that might help. So, first, when I think about the goals, I think about planning ahead, planning in the future. I might have a goal which is like 6 months away, a goal that has 1 year away, 2 years away, 15 year away. All those years and months is just my estimate on how quickly I can achieve this or another goal. And if I put these goals on a map, like whereas here is now me being here with you talking to my camera, and then this goal being here like 6 months away from me, and that goal being 1 year away from me, and that goal being here 2 years ago away from me. I'm asking this question to myself, okay, so what's the total amount of time I need to achieve all those goals? Is it the sum of this? Is it 3.5 years? Or can I achieve them all together? So can I join them into one road and achieve all of my three goals? Imagine there's three in just 2 years. And when I think about it, I see that it really depends on the goals. The goals determine the process of achieving those goals. The goals determine which path you should go to achieve those goals. And if it happens so that the two goals, like a 6 months goal and the 1 year goal, they are on the same path, they're on the same road. So instead of like this, they just like on the one line. Then in theory, I can go to my 1 year goal and on the way achieve my 6 month goal. And the total time necessary would be just 1 year. So again, when I think about goals, I think of them as something that is determining the process, determining the path. And ideally, in the best case scenario, all your goals would be all lined up in just one journey. So you have this one life journey of yours. So here is now, and here's your whatever 15 years from now. And if you put the goals on this line, and they actually not mutually exclusive, they are actually inducive each other. So achieving this goal, you're getting closer to this one and then to that one. It's a perfect scenario. However, the next question I ask myself is that always the case? Is that even possible to have all of your life goals to be lined up like that? And it appears to me that is not the case. It appears to me, again, in ideal scenario, they will line up, but it is almost never the case. And here is why. Thinking about the goals, I put them into three categories. And the category number one is the family and relationship. The family and relationship goals, they are not depending on you just by yourself. They depend on your family. They depend on your partner. They depend on your kids, on your parents. All those other individuals, they have their own goals and their own mindset of how to achieve those goals. So you got to be collaborating and working together. The second category, a huge category of goals, is your self-realization in outside world. What I mean by that is like work, going to a job that fulfills you, becoming respected, becoming appreciated at the job, become valued at the job, finding yourself worthiness doing something for others. Those all things that I mentioned, they all collapse into one category for me, which is the external realization, self-realization, or work. And the third huge category, which also I see very clearly, but I have not seen it for a long time. I think the third category is something that you discover sooner or later. Some people discover it later, some people discover it sooner. I discovered it recently. And this is a huge category. This third category is internal self-realization. So growing inside, developing inside, becoming somebody that you respect yourself inside, becoming somebody that you're not afraid of, you're not ashamed of. It's the inner development process, and that also has a lot of sub goals and different targets that you could shoot for. And another word I could use here for the third one is spirituality. So again, those three types of goals, the first one being relationship, family, the second one being, we could call it materialistic world achievements, right? Achieving something in the real world, talking to friends, co-workers, getting recognized there. And the third one is spirituality, being self-respected, self-recognized. So those three things are, I would say, quite different, and I hardly imagine putting all those things on one line, such that achieving one, you getting closer to the other one. Maybe it's possible, but that's a big task and a big challenge. So what is pleasure then? In my mind, pleasure is when you have this lifeline, right? And you have these goals which you put there, and some of them could be, like I said, like this. Some goal, you need to go this direction, another goal, you need to go that direction, which means you have to switch between paths. You have to, like, okay, this week I'm working on family, or this hour I'm working on family relationship, and this hour I'm working on my external goal, and then this whatever day I'm working on spiritual goal. That's how I think it's happening most of the time. And what pleasure is when you achieving sub goals. So in each of these like directions, so let's say, just for simplicity, let's assume you have three big roads in front of you. One is your relationship road, another one is a family road, another one is materialistic road, and another one is spiritual road. So on each road there are multiple goals and multiple sub goals. So achieving any small sub goal is what gives you pleasure. When you did something on your family road and you're like, oh, this worked great, I love it, that's how you feel good and happy for the moment. But then you switch to another road. Oh, okay, I'm happy at the family road, but now I need to be happy at the work road. I need to be happy at the external materialistic realization road. And there, it's not that easy. So you have to work harder, and it takes a couple of days until you achieve something meaningful. And then you're happy in the moment. You're having pleasure experience by achieving goals. So again, the pleasure in my definition is achieving small goals, small steps on each of these roads. And it's a choice of individual, of every single one of you, of us, like of every single human, what to make a priority. And I ask this question myself a lot. What is my priority? Is my priority to achieve goals, as many as possible, as fast as possible? Or is my goal to live a life that is happy, to live a life that gives me pleasure, right? And I think when everyone would stop for a moment and just ask himself this question, I think everyone would say, of course I want to be living a happy life, of course I want to have pleasure. But then you need to understand that you deprioritizing achieving those goals in favor of having fun and enjoying the road. But let's say that's vaguely what most of you would agree with. Maybe somebody would not. Somebody would say, no, screw the pleasure, screw the enjoyment. I want my goals to be achieved. I have this goal, and I want to work on them. And somebody from you would say, screw that family road. I don't need family. I'm not married. I don't have kids. Like, screw that road. I'll just go materialistic world road. I don't even care about spiritual world. Other people say, well, all those other roads are garbage. We just need to focus on a spiritual road. So it's a choice of every single person which road you go. But more importantly, I think it's a choice of every person of whether you chase goals or you chase living a fulfilling, fun life. And my answer to those questions is, well, you have to be going all three to be a complete human. Okay. In my point of view, right now, today, on May 23rd of 2020, I believe that to be happy, now it's the happiness definition, to be happy, human needs to move on all three roads, make some progress at least, maybe not make fast progress, just some progress. But even more importantly, to be happy, that's my definition today. You need to know your goals, and not just goals for the next day or next week. You need to know where is it you're going to? What is it you're chasing on the road of family up there, like 10, 15, 50 years from now, 100 years from now? What is it you're trying to achieve on this materialistic road? Again, 10, 20, 50 years from now, what is it your plan? Not plan, the goal. And what are you trying to achieve on the spirituality road? So knowing all that is the first step to be happy. The second step to be happy is knowing the road. It's knowing that, okay, I have this ambitious long-term goals which are maybe reached, maybe not reached. That is not important at all. The goals are only necessary, and knowing them is only necessary to know your path, to know your road, to know the process of getting there. And that is the second requirement for being happy. So again, you need to know your life goals, pretty much. You need to know the process, how to get to those life goals. And then the third piece, you need to prioritize enjoying the process over reaching those goals. So in my definition, you would be happy if you get those three. And I'm recording this video for you guys to comment, to share your own idea of what it is to live a happy life, but also for myself, because it is easy to say something and it's not easy to actually do something and leave it that way. So I will watch this video myself as a reminder. This is a self-reminder. This is a sharing information, and I'm always open for feedback. I always hope that somebody would finally start commenting on my videos and giving me some feedback about what I'm about to say. But this is not the last video. I will record more. So please stay tuned. If you have anything, share back. I love you all. Peace.